Hello, traveler. Welcome to I Am Everything. I am your host,
Venus.
and today's episode is I Am My Thoughts. This is a really important episode. It's really important, and if you have to listen to just one of my episodes, I would want the whole world to listen to this. Because what I'm about to talk about is something I've always known. But recently, I had a light bulb moment and I understood it in a way that felt deeper and more literal. And it has changed everything for me. So, yeah, as I said, we're going to be talking about thoughts. And what I mean is, I am my thoughts. I mean, you are your thoughts. Everyone is their thoughts. Not every single thought, not necessarily, because we do also have random thoughts, and I know some people have intrusive thoughts and some thoughts just pass by. But when I say I am my thoughts, I mean I am my most dominant thoughts. You are your most dominant thoughts. The ones that keep coming back, the ones that you actually believe that's you. So think about it. As humans, I see us as sponges. It's like we soak up everything. Everything around you changes you, shapes you. And that's why it's important that you learn to do the shaping. Otherwise, something else will overtake that. So when I say everything around you shapes you, I mean, like, for example, the way you were raised, the things that you were told as a child, the people you were around, what you saw, what you heard, what you experienced. We are all byproducts of our environments. We as humans, it's our nature to absorb all of it. And then it became your thoughts, and then those thoughts became your identity, your beliefs. Even now with social media, conversations, podcasts, everything, you're constantly absorbing and consuming other people's ideas, perceptions, beliefs, thoughts. Even listening to me right now, you're doing the same thing. You're taking in what I'm saying, and then your brain is filtering it and deciding what fits in your world and what doesn't. So when I say I am my thoughts, I mean, what do you think about every single day? What do you repeatedly tell yourself over and over again? How do you see yourself? And then how do you see your life? Because once you are able to answer that and look at your life, and you will start to notice something. They match. They literally match. This is something I have been testing in my own life. Like, the world is a mirror to my thoughts. And I've been actively testing it, and it's shocked me how accurate it is and how quick it can be. I would think about something consistently, not once, not twice, but repeatedly. And even sometimes I can just think about something once and then I would see it show up. And then I would sit there like, wait, that actually came from me, that started in my mind. Even things that weren't originally mine, there are so many ideas I know I picked up from social media and from other people and from growing up, from my family, from literally a lot of the things that I have consumed, and those became my dominant thoughts, and then they became my reality. And that's why I have become so intentional. So I pick and I choose what I want and what I keep, and then I discard the rest that does not resonate with me and doesn't make me happy. But for example, let's talk about money for a second, because this is a very obvious example. So, as you know, most people grow up hearing money is hard to get, money doesn't grow on trees, you have to struggle for money. I know I heard that a lot growing up. So, what happens is when you grow up, money starts to feel like a struggle. Now, think about someone who's rich. What do you think their dominant thoughts are? Do you think they're thinking, oh, money is hard? No, they're not thinking that. Their thoughts are more like, money is easy. I always have money. I always have more than enough. I love having money. That's their normal inner thoughts. But, anyways, let's take a quick little break and we will be right back. We're back. So, as I was saying, when people say change your mindset to change your life, they're not being metaphorical. I thought they were. It's honestly quite literal. Your dominant thoughts create your reality. And I know this can sound like something people overcomplicate, but it's actually so simple. It's annoyed me how simple it is. It irritated me when I realized it, because I thought there had to be more to it. I thought you had to reach some sort of, I don't know, enlightenment or do something extreme, but no, it starts with your thoughts. That's it. Your world is your thoughts. Your life is your thoughts. Your experience is your thoughts. And it all starts with your thoughts. If you keep thinking something long enough, you start seeing it and then you start believing it. And when you believe it, you start acting like it's true. And eventually, even before that, life reflects it. That said, I want you to use discernment, because I'm not saying you should ignore reality. If you want to, you can. But again, you do what you want to do. I'm not saying you need to be delusional in a harmful way, but what I am saying is be intentional. Be very intentional. If you're going to think all day anyway, why not choose better thoughts? Why not repeat something that actually supports you? Why not build a belief that works in your favor? There's so many Bible verses I can give out, so many quotes, and I might make an episode on that talks about this. But I remember someone mentioning Mark 11, verse 24. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So yes, this definitely connects to perception too. If you remember what I said in the podcast, I am perception. I mentioned how we're all living in the same world, but we're experiencing completely different realities. So one person can look at someone and think they're so amazing, and then a different person can look at that same person and think they're terrible. but it's the same person. It's different perception, different experiences, different thoughts, different beliefs, different reality. And if I think about this so much more deeper, it's like, wow, I have infinite versions of myself for different people. Different people see me differently. There's not a single person that sees me the same. Anyways, let's take another break and we will be back.
A first-of-its-kind shape for your yoga sessions. Introducing Lululemon's new Drapey Yoga Jogger, a looser fit that flows with you, on and off the mat, while the breathable Rulu fabric wicks sweat all day. Lift your practice out of the ordinary in the Rulu Drapey Yoga Jogger. Shop now at lululemon.com.
Welcome back. Yes, as I was saying, we don't live in one world. We live in billions of individual worlds on this earth. I say billions, maybe trillions even. Because if you think about it, there are other living creatures that have their own little worlds and perceptions, just like us humans. But that being said, your thoughts shape yours. Your thoughts shape your world, your perspective. That's also why I have become very careful with what I consume online, because I believe what you consume repeatedly becomes your thoughts, and your thoughts become your life. And if you're not intentional, you start thinking and living on default. So be very intentional with your thoughts. Because once you realize you have control over your thoughts, every single thing changes. So here's what I want you to do. This is a little bit of homework for you. It's very simple. What I want is for you to pay attention for one day, just one. Even better if you can do it for a week. But I want you to just notice what you think about, what you repeat in your mind, what you believe about yourself, and how you feel about money, about life, about other people. Just observe yourself, observe your thoughts. For example, when you're in the grocery store and you're buying things, what are you thinking in the moment? Or when you're waking up, what are your thoughts? What are your morning thoughts? What do you think about in the shower? What do you think about when you're cooking, cleaning? Just observe yourself, observe your thoughts. And then I want you to look at your life and be honest. Do your thoughts and your life, do they match? Because if they do, then you already know what to change. I gave you everything you need to know. And it really doesn't have to be complicated. It is very, very simple. So if you also catch yourself thinking something negative, I want you to flip it. Just flip it or replace it with something better. Repeat it again and again and again and again until it sticks and it persists. So discipline yourself to not have any negative thoughts. That's also something else I want you to do. So you have two homeworks. The first one is observing your thoughts. And the second one is whenever you think a negative thought, I want you to flip it. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're going to think anyway. So you might as well think in a way that builds the life that you want. And the most important thing is to not think against it, because that's what you call wavering. Everything I told you is literally what manifestation is. Because manifestation is all about your thoughts. And it's super simple. I want you to remember that you are not weak and you're not limited. You're a very, 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 very powerful being, and you're way more than you realize. And all it starts with is with your thoughts. So to end off, of course, I have affirmations for you. Once again, we do 3 affirmations. I'll repeat each one 3 times and you will repeat after me. So the first affirmation is, my thoughts shape my reality. My thoughts shape my reality. My thoughts shape my reality. I am intentional with my thoughts. I am intentional with my thoughts. I am intentional with my thoughts. I only think good things. I only think good things. I only think good things. That said, thank you so much for listening. And as always, I am what I am, and I am everything. And so are you. See you next time.
Electricast.
I'm sure there is going to be more than one unpleasant surprise before we're done.
Let's go! If you like the kind of podcast where the truth gets weird, you'll love Debug with Patrick Bass. It's where true crime crashes into AI, conspiracy meets comedy, and no topic is too strange to touch. From hackers to ghost hunters, cult survivors to code breakers, Debugged brings wild guests, real stories, and zero filter. New episodes every week. Search Debugged with Patrick Bass on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your next obsession. Decoding the truth.
Electricast.
Hey guys, this is Peter Rafelson, and I am the president of Electricast Media, and I am so honored today to introduce you to an upcoming podcast called Coding and Jamming with Jacob, and I have our very special guest and host of the show, Jacob Deal. Say hello, Jake.
Hey everyone, looking forward to getting started with you.
Tell us in 10 seconds what you're going to be doing on this show.
I'm going to be teaching everyone how to code from C to JavaScript to HTML, and on the side we're going to play a little music. I think you're going to learn a lot.
Sounds educational and fun. Count me in wherever you listen to podcasts.